the foundation of R&B comes from gospel. It comes from worship. It comes from having a spiritual side. You can't create music when you don't know feeling, when you don't talk to a higher power.
Yeah.
I think that because you have nowhere to pull from.
Yeah.
When I'm making this R&B, I'm pulling from something. If you look at worship music, for example, my dad used to sing a song. It goes, "I love you, I love you, I love you, Lord, today, because you care for me." That's a love song to God, right?
Yeah.
All R&B is just a love song.
Yeah.
So if you don't know your foundation of how music really is with a higher power, how can you create music that's going to touch other people?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hypocritical AF podcast. I'm your host, Albert Fig, and in this week's special episode, we have the honor and the privilege, Sacramento's very own R&B artist, one of the ones that are killing it out here. He has a project dropping next week, a performance dropping this Sunday, at Tiger, and I'm all here for it. I'm gonna be there for show. You know, I gotta pop in and show love.
I appreciate you.
None other than Joe. What's up with it, y'all?
Man, what's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing great, bro. I'm so excited for this one.
Bro, I'm excited. What?
Come on now, bro. I gotta say off tops. You know how like when people say things like, "Oh man, like I'm a fan of this," or I've been checking this out. You know, you might bump into people like at clubs or the parties or whatever, and they'll say stuff like, "I fuck with your music."
On me.
I'm really saying it like, bro, I really fuck with your music. I fuck with your vibe. And just whatever you doing, and you know we have a mutual connection with Chim and
dog.
I mean fuck who else? Plus you feel me, Nash. I love people out here and everything, you know, Sacramento. And yeah, bro, we just love what you're doing out here,
bro. That's love. I love what you're doing too, bro. Like people don't understand that the entrepreneur grind is different.
Yeah,
especially in our city. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
But I look at your stuff and I'm just like, you take time, bro. This is gumbo. Yeah. Gumbo takes time, bro. You can never rush gumbo. You rush gumbo, it's a bad batch. You gotta throw it away.
That's that Louisiana roots, right?
Come on, you want to stand up. You know what I mean?
Before I actually could continue on, we touched on it a little bit off air, but I actually wanted to give you my condolences directly in firsthand. You feel me? I know, you know, the passing of your father. I know how close y'all was, and you know, it's crazy too is you can kind of see or get the effect of a person's magnitude, how much they reach and how far they go, based off of things you might see and hear, you know what I'm saying, offline. Because after that happened, I mean, the amount of people, I'm sure you know the pour of emotions and stuff and support that's been going into it, you know?
Crazy.
But the stories, bro, like the pictures, the videos, and all the stuff that you put, but also how close homies were close to him too, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just like a big, like, wow, that's you know, very unfortunate, but it shows the impact a person had.
I think that's the biggest thing we talk about. They say like you have 2 dates on your grave, on your headstone, but there's always a dash in the middle. And they say, what do you do in that dash? Yeah. And I feel like my dad did what he was supposed to do within that dash. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
To die at 54, like he died young, but I say he did a job that takes most men 80 years. He did it in 54. So
yeah. And that is young, bro. Like, that is young. And you know, with the like, we always like, it's crazy because this is just shows like my personal growth and everything too, because I'm 30. You feel me? And I remember when I was young, I remember thinking like, man, I don't want to be really getting old like that. Like, I can't see myself getting past a certain age, you know? And then as I got older, and then maybe because now I'm a father, I have my son, I also look at it now like, you know what? I want to be a grandfather. I want to be a great grandfather. Yeah. So I want to be around for all these early stages. I want to be around for all the little firsts. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just recently came back from Disneyland. I took my son Disneyland first time.
He's always going to remember it.
I hope so.
How old is he?
2.
He's going to remember it.
I hope so. Because I went, it was funny because I was talking to my mom. We had, the last time I had went at Disneyland was literally 21 years ago. I was a youngin'. I was 21 years ago. I had it was a day pass. And the way I remember it was I had a horrible, I mean, it was cool, but I had a bad time. Bro. I got lost. That's
everybody's worst fear.
Right? Bro, when I say I got lost, I'm not talking about like, oh man, he ran this way and they can't find him. I'm talking about I was gone for 2 hours.
Oh my God.
And the security, I had walked up to a security guard and they could pull on his shirt and I was like, I'm lost, you know? They took me to a lost and found because they have like a daycare lost and found area. That's where they found me.
How many kids was in there?
Oh man, I couldn't tell. All I know is that I was watching Rugrats and they were giving me ice cream. So I was like, it was cool, You feel me? Like, it ain't too bad, but that was my experience in it. And then for years, I was like, I'm not going back. I'm never going back. F Disneyland. But then, like I said, maybe it's that growth in it. I don't want to hold that, potential emotion, that feeling, or that memory from my son. Yeah. So it's like, how could I be selfish? I don't want to not go because real. You feel me? I don't want to not go because I had a bad experience. Don't pass it on to him.
On me,
right?
On me.
So it's that I want to get older too type of thing. And 54 is young, but to accomplish as much as he did, bro, and then passing down to you,
bro. It's a mission.
Yeah,
I think that when we look at life, we have an assumption of how long things are supposed to be. God's ain't no better timing than God's timing.
Yeah. That's a fact.
But we only know so much about time, so time scares us.
Yeah.
When we think about it, my dad had sat down at the emergency room. His first thing, he said, "Hey, son, I ain't scared of death. I done looked at death twice and laughed at it already." He said, "Either way, I win." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, baby, either way, I win." He said, "Either I go to heaven, see my dad," because my dad's dad died of like a lung type of disease too when he was like 48.
Damn, young.
Super young. So my dad said, "Either way, I go to heaven, I see my dad, I go be with Jesus, or I stay here and I rock with you and the girls and your mom."
That hits.
It hits. And so it's one of those things where it's like, when you know where your dad is going, it's a different type of peace. I'm the last person my dad seen with his eyes open.
Oh, man.
So when I got to the emergency room, my dad's eyes were open and he was struggling to breathe. Well, what we've done our whole life is we've always sang to each other. That's all we've ever done. Like, that's all we've ever done.
Yeah.
In my dad's last moments, I sang to him. And so as I began to sing to him, I watched my dad stop struggling for air, and I watched his chest start to calm. And he closed his eyes. A tear came through. He closed his eyes and he never opened them up again.
That's his last memory.
Last memory. So like his last memory, and my last memory with my dad while he was alive was me singing to him.
That's beautiful, dog. That's amazing, yeah.
Facts, like, it's kind of, it hits different when my dad seen my first breaths and I got to see his last breaths.
Yeah.
I'm named after him.
Yeah.
So like, I remember all the times my dad would bathe us and sing to us as kids. I still remember it. So for his last moments to be the same thing, for like how he poured into us, for me to pour into him in his last moments, say, I'm gonna make sure I'm there, so no one else, so you're not there alone.
That's amazing, dog. Yeah, and it's a trickle effect. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to, like I said, maybe what I said earlier about the growth and the aspect of changing. Maybe it's like that too. You get to experience that. It's a full circle moment. And are you the third?
I'm the third.
You're the third, right? So it's like that's that bloodline. You feel me? Like that. You keeping that name. You keeping that title. Man, that's a cool moment. It's a cool story. I don't know if you ever said it publicly or anything like that, but that's a good thing for people to hear. You feel me? So. Yeah, man. Shouts out to you for that. Just keeping the composure and everything. But how you been like throughout the whole thing?
It's been tricky. Sometimes you have your moments that comes in waves. But like I do little things where I write letters to my dad. So anytime I feel moments, I begin to write in my notes and talk to him. Just like, "Hey, Pops, today sucks. But I know you're up there having a hell of a day."
Right.
And so, but I know if I keep my mind right and do my thing, whenever it's our time, I'm gonna go be in heaven. I'll see you too. So it's kind of like a level check. You know what I mean? I feel like years ago if this would have happened, I'd have probably been in jail. I just know me.
Yeah, just keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Yeah.
But I'm the last of his name. So I could turn up, act a fool, pick up a bad habit, and piss on his legacy. Or I could be a man, poke my chest out. My favorite song from Nip. I don't stress out, nigga. I poke my chest out, nigga.
It's right there.
Weight on my shoulders, bring the best out, nigga. The whole time. That's why I kept saying I'm not gonna stress out. I'm just poke my chest out to it.
Yeah.
And for some people, the world teaches, oh, you need to cry. I'm not fighting the tears. When it's time, it's time.
Yeah.
But we're gonna show people how to really grieve. It's okay to be strong in grief.
Through the music.
Through the music.
Because the music is that one way, bro. Yeah, chin up, chest out. That music is I've said about, because I've had when it comes to the podcast and everything, bro, music is literally one of my favorite, but besides just communicating and have this, because I think I could branch off music by doing this, but music is I fucking enjoy it. You feel me? And it's what I enjoy most about it, other than the feeling that it gives me, depending on what mood I am, because I feel like when I listen, certain music alters my mood and can alter my perception of things for good and bad, but most of the time, it's like it could change me in the mood that I either want to be or take me away from a mood that I'm trying to get out of.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And with music, I feel like it universally brings people together. You know what I'm saying? And then for that small little while, whether it be a small EP, a mixtape, a album, or even just a track, for that little time frame or that window, the problems kind of go away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just us as a listener. Like, bro, I can't make music.
Bro,
I love it. I can't make it. But for you, I'm sure it's even, right?
Bro, music is so unbiased. Mm-hmm. Music has no judgment.
Yeah.
Music is like so welcoming. You can be the worst singer in the world, but music will still accept you.
Oh, yeah.
You ever thought about that? Those people who sing. It's funny. My aunt, on my dad's deathbed, we were singing. My whole family sings. Everyone came in to begin singing too.
Yeah.
With him. So my sisters are singing. I'm singing. My mom's singing. Well, my aunt, she started singing. She's not really the best singer.
Right.
But even then, music welcomed her. Like, hey, you can sing too.
Yeah.
So
you get that door open with it.
Right. So it's one of those things where it's like, music is welcoming, bro. Like, music is, bro, I could talk about music all day. For real. Like, me being an R&B guy, you would think, you just listen to R&B music, bro. I've been a Nipsey fan since I was 14 years old. My worst moments and best moments can be defined by any Nipsey verse.
Man. Yeah. I mean, I passed by, we just passed by through Slauson. And I remember, we was in the car and it was at night. This was the Sunday before we went, and we was on Slauson, and I was telling my girl, I go, you see this? She's like, what? I'm like, Slauson. You know where we're at? You know, blah blah. And I was saying though, like, isn't it crazy, like how we're talking about just the street name, right?
Yeah.
How that could bring us we're like, oh shit, this is where Nip was at,
Reverence.
The reverence, yeah, just like the track, man. Deep reverences with him and Big Sean, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. That's crazy, bro. And actually, I'm thinking about it more because, this is like our first time actually chopping it up and meeting everything. So with the music, it makes sense too, your background and choirs and stuff like that, and the churches in Louisiana, that's big. You feel me? Big with that. But talk to me about that, bro. Tell me about Louisiana and just making the transition and being out here.
Man, we moved from Louisiana when I was like 8 years old. I used to go to the jazz studios with my dad like a lot. So my mom, you know how it is when you're young, you're trying to figure it out. You might be traveling a little bit too much. That was my dad. My mom was like, babe, I have a twin. She's like, you're leaving the twins here, me with the twins. We have to find a way to balance this. My dad was like, all right, I'll bring the twins to the studio. So as a 1-year-old and 2-year-old, I had studio etiquette. Yeah. I knew that you couldn't touch the knobs.
Yeah.
I knew that when you came to the studio, if they were recording, you had to be quiet. So I grew up falling asleep in studios. So the music has always been in us.
Right.
We stayed there till I was about 8. Then we moved out here to Sacramento. You know how Louisiana is. Sometimes the job markets go up and down.
Yeah.
We ended up moving here. I don't know. Have you heard of PJ Morton, R&B singer?
No.
He's a big R&B singer. He's from New Orleans, but his dad is a pastor.
I'm better with faces. If I see a face,
if I see you know some of his songs.
Right.
I'm at a payphone trying to call home.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's the writer of that.
Oh, okay.
He's the writer. So, but he came out of the church. We came out of his dad's church. So that guy's dad was my grandfather's best friend.
Right.
So he, it's weird. My dad played for them. My dad played for Kirk Franklin before, Fred Hammond. So being around that music, we come to Sacramento. I've never wanted to sing. I actually started producing. I was a producer before I did anything.
Damn.
I used to make beats on the
Where you at, Chim?
Come on. Actually, you know what's crazy? I actually co-produced a lot of my stuff with Chim.
Yeah.
So like me and him always co-produce. We like two-headed monster. Like, he put me on. He's like, bro, you can do this, you can do that. I'm like, all right, let me add this then. But I started there. My mom was like, you're not a singer. Like you should probably just stick to playing the drums or something like that.
Damn.
One day, she came to church on a Sunday. And my aunt had said, we want to hear you sing. Because I would still go to choir, even though I wasn't the best singer.
Yeah.
And I sang a solo, and my mom was like,
that was it.
She was like, baby, you can sing.
That clicked.
So my twin and my sister, they all sang, and I just kept going and kept going. I'm the only one that really wanted to take it from an R&B aspect.
Right.
So I still sing in the church. I still give my gift back to God, of course. But we came to Sacramento, 14. I've been singing ever since.
That's dope, man. So, yeah, those roots are deep rooted. And it's so... I have very little interaction when it comes to Louisiana because I used to live, before I moved out here to Sacramento, I'm going on 10 years now, 10 years down the
Okay, I thought you was from out here.
Nah, I used to live, so originally I'm from Monterey County.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that sad, but it's a small little city called
like
Salinas.
Seaside or Salinas? I was going to say Salinas, right?
Yeah, that's where I was born.
Okay.
I was born in Salinas. And my family, like, we kind of moved all over the place. I was in Salinas, and then apparently, which I didn't know about, I was so fucking small, but they said we lived in Soledad for a little bit. It's just like small little cities, right? And then we moved to Greenfield, California. I was there for about 6 years. I moved to San Lucas.
I know about San Lucas.
I was there for about 6 years. They're all little, like when I say small little rural areas, I'm talking about population of 200, population 300, you know, small. And then after I graduated high school, I had joined the military and I was in the Army and I was stationed and living in Georgia. So I was in Georgia for like 3.5, 4 years. And then once I moved out of Georgia, I drove from Georgia.
Yeah.
I'm talking about through motherfucking like Oklahoma, Louisiana, Mississippi, like Texas, Amarillo, up north, like the whole thing, you feel me? And I drove straight to, I'll never forget it, bro. I drove straight on a Friday. It took me 2.5 days. I drove straight to my mom's spot where my grandparents were at. Said what's up to them. I said I'm moving back. And then I just went, I didn't even stay the night there. I went straight to Sac. I didn't know anybody.
That drive is horrible.
Yeah, that's a mob, yo. So, but in Louisiana, I remember when I was driving through it, I remember being like, yo, I'm in Louisiana right now. Like, yeah, I can't believe, look at this. Like, I can't believe it. Because, you know, with me, I never been.
Right.
Like, when it comes to the South, I've been to Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Alabama. Like, those are the areas that I used to, you know, be at. I never been to, you feel me?
Louisiana.
So
I know you think about Master P, No Limit, Cash Money.
Hey, I saw that chain.
Bro.
I saw that chain. Yeah.
Bro.
I saw the chain.
When I tell you.
You wanted to take that one,
dog. I'm an original 504 boy. Like, I lived in Louisiana back in the day when No Limit was more popping than Cash Money at one point. So when Snoop Dogg left Death Row, he came to No Limit.
Yeah.
So he lived in New Orleans for a bit.
Master P talked about that. Hell, he basically like so it was like driving through was like pick a house, whatever you want, right?
Yep. So I remember that. So like as a kid, I'm listening to Silk the Shocker, C Murder, Master P. I'm having the 504 bandanas. So when I'm in the club the other day, shout out to my homie Keys. Bro pulled up. He actually knows my twin. I was like, "Are you signing No Limit?"
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the situation like Cash Money got Jacquees.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Tell P come get an R&B singer. What's up?" And I got my people don't know he was actually signed to one of the labels out here in Sacramento at 1.2.
Oh damn.
Yeah. What is it? Black Market. Because he used to live in Richmond for a while.
Yeah.
So he was signed to Black Market Records, and Black Market is based out here in Sac. So people don't even know he was signing that. So I'm like,
Yo,
you know,
putting me on game right now, bro.
When the OG told me, I was like, what? So I see the No Limit chain. I'm like, bro. He's like, bro, I'm not even signed there. He's like, but you know, Master P showed out. He gave love. I'm like, okay. I'm like, let me see real quick. He's like, oh, bro, no, take a picture with this. He's like, you from New Orleans? Like, bro, this is a childhood memory. This is gonna be a memory for you.
That's a bucket list.
Bro, it's a bucket list.
That's a bucket list.
I would never wear nobody's chain, but that was a No Limit chain. That's different, bro. Like,
yeah.
Man, that was different. So I did it. I was like, bro, No Limit forever. Shout out to No Limit.
Come on,
Master P. Shout out to Cash Money.
If y'all
Weezy,
from the Bay,
Birdman.
it'd be like this. It'd be like the comparison to wearing like the E40 Sick With It chain. You feel me? Like that's big. It's major.
Major for sure.
Yeah, I definitely feel that, bro. I'm jealous, low key. But yeah, like that's my only little interaction. Like I ain't never been. Like I'm trying to go back. I ain't gonna lie.
My mom's moving, so whatever.
If I need a spot, so
no, my mom's really like that. Like the homies come, she's like, y'all come. So I have to visit. So we leave. My mom and them are leaving California, going back to New Orleans. So if you want to pull up, just pull up.
Get some
I'm going
gumbo.
Bro, my mom be putting her foot in her leg in her gumbo.
I only had gumbo 2 times, bro, and it was a 50-50 thing. One was solid.
Okay.
You could tell like it was authentic. Because the homie was from Louisiana.
Right.
And then the other one came from, no disrespect, you know, but one of our homies in Texas. And he said he could, you know what I mean? But it wasn't.
The food in Texas is disappointing.
It was 50-50.
I stand on that. Every time I go to Houston, I do not like their food. Their food is pitiful. Yeah. I stand on that.
Here's a little funny side story. When I was driving through, you feel me, driving through Texas, we had stayed in Amarillo, and I ain't never been to. That was my first time going to Texas, and I was like, I'm gonna get some like Texas barbecue. Oh, yeah. I want to eat barbecue, right? I want to see what the hype is about. And this is how dumb I was, right? Because remember in California too, like I didn't really been out and about either. So I'm driving through Texas. I get a hotel, and I go, oh shit, let me look up the spot, and I find a spot that says Texas Roadhouse. And I go, okay, let me go ahead and try this. Let me see what Texas stuff is all about, right? And so I walk in, you know what I'm saying? I order my food, I get my drinks. I'm like, all right, it's cool. You know, it's nothing major. Right. I don't see what the big fuss is about. But I'm like, all right, cool, Texas Roadhouse, you know what I'm saying? Then I get here to Sac.
Texas Roadhouse, right on the
there.
exit.
Yeah, right there. So I was like, I ain't never really, you know, I didn't have to go much and do
They
everything.
rolls is fire, though.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
They rolls is fire.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to be careful, bro. You counting them calories when you're looking at them.
I'm here
The drinks are good too. I'll give it that. The drinks are solid. The drinks are solid, yeah, and they're not selfish with it. They pour heavy.
Yeah, shout out to the heavy-handed.
Yeah, shout out to Texas,
all
bro.
heroes don't wear capes.
Shout out to Texas. I still fuck with y'all. I still fuck with Texas.
Shout out to my H-Town folks. Y'all know I got love for y'all.
But yeah, bro. So it's just like that Louisiana ties, I guess, with everything with you, and then like I said, with your background and your family and everything, it makes sense how the music is, in you. You feel me? So that's super cool. And then making the transition out here and connecting with all this talent here in Sac, because I feel like Sacramento low key is underrated when it comes to like whether it's producers, artists, engineers, creatives, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of good stuff right here. Bro, you know what I'm saying?
We are highly underrated. If you just take a step back and you look at the music and who's doing things in the game right now, a lot of writers and big time artists are based in Sacramento, and people don't know it. They just don't live here.
Yeah.
People don't. You remember the Silhouette Challenge on TikTok, right?
Yep.
The writers are that from Sacramento.
Are they really?
Yeah. My partner Darius and Dom. They just dropped their project. Shout out to Darius and Dom, D&D, Black Tuxedo. They're dropping their project right now. They're the writers for that. They wrote that song for Doja Cat.
Damn, I did not know that.
They're from right here. So then you got my sister Zaya Bell. She's in Forbes. Shout out to my sister Zaya Bell. Shout out to my twin sister Amber.
G's up.
AJ Claire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's in Forbes. She's doing her thing. Matter of fact, Twitter just posted her music. Twitter has an actual music handle.
Okay.
They've only had 3 artists, I believe, that they've posted. It's Beyonce, Lizzo, and my sister Zaya.
Damn.
So, but that's Sacramento. We were all working at Nordstrom, singing and closing the store.
Well, not only that, bro. A lot of people. I've only because I've been getting more privy with like the kind of like the music behind the scenes type of things at a very low level. I ain't trying to say I'm up there, you feel me? But
he
like
up there, y'all. He being humble right now. He being humble right now.
Bro, I didn't realize how many people go into writers camps that like a lot of that they recruit. You feel me? Like labels and everything.
Yes.
That they're just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, so so and so is dropping a project soon, and this is the tone that they're trying to go for, or this track. Yeah, just come in, even if it's just like, yo, coming in here for like just to get this quick little melody, come in here, get this little quick hook. You still could get your writer's credit. You might get might get residuals on it too, on royalties on it. I mean, the publishing shit, like you'd be surprised. I know Soulja Boy talks a lot of shit. You feel me? But I didn't realize how much publishing he has in some of our big time artists. Like
Soulja Boy
up there.
We talk a lot of mess about Soulja Boy, but his antics are many. But he's a businessman,
bro. Yeah. So I just with the whole writers camp, like I said, I just recently got privy to all that, and it's like some of the people that are on that is like very not well. They don't necessarily have the biggest background, you feel me, or biggest following, but they're in those rooms
for sure.
So it's like, yeah, I'm interacting with more with them too. So I think that's hella cool.
My homegirl Lynn, she's like one of the writers that you'll see in a lot of. I tell you, she's from right here. Everybody's asking her for every song. Like, hey, like, I want to see if Elaine can come in.
Yeah.
You'll see her on her Instagram. She's in the studio with everybody because she has an ear and she's a great writer.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be with her. You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's the city, man. It's Sacramento. Like, homegrown, the stuff that we have here, the people that we have here, it's a close-knit community. Yeah. For example, Zaya vouched for me. When Zaya and Natho vouched for me, Plus Money vouched for me, the Nash vouched for me. I was at their studio a lot. Then it was like a effect, like so like our city, we got real ones out here. We really got stand up folks out here.
Yeah. You know what I appreciated too, that I went and Jim was the one that initially put me onto it, and I went and I actually messaged him. I felt bad because it was literally just like a 5-minute pop-up thing and dipped out. But you were there too. Was when they did the showcasing at the Elysium, at the bank, right? Yep. And y'all was out there, and I thought it was super cool to see both of you on stage. You feel me, like doing that thing. And Mars, shouts out to Mars. Mars was like, like basically like emceeing it, like hosting the thing. And it was like a 5-minute thing, bro. Like was in and out, but it was cool, bro, just to see it. You feel me, like. And I know they posted highlights of it and everything after, and that was super cool. But those little things, I want to go to more. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about with your show on Sunday. Yeah. I want to go like pop in more and do more of those things.
Bro, if you got free time, we can talk about it off air, but if you got any availability on Friday, pull up with us. We got a listening party, private listening party.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I extend the invitation to you. It's in Oakland.
Let's go.
Pull up, bro. Like it's an opportunity for for you and for me as well. Like, you know, you're from our city. We all, I mean, I know you was born here, but this is home for you right now.
Right.
So you from Sacramento, we're gonna claim you.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I mean? So like, I want people to see what you have and see your quality. Because bro, what you're doing with this, bro, it's second to none, bro. Like, I know that. I just want to give you your flowers, bro. Like,
man, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Like I appreciate it more like when I hear it more from others. You know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like that. Like Sac, bro. Like I've been here 10 years. I had my son out here. I bought my house out here.
Come on.
I got my degree out here. College, everything was my first time. Like growing up, you know what I mean? It's all here. So I'm deep rooted in that. And yeah, I appreciate hearing those things and just like the scale in which we're growing, you know what I'm saying? It's and you too, like I said, you are going up here. You feel me? Like the sky is the limit, and probably plus more with you. You feel me? And I just like the way, bro.
Bro, don't stop, bro. For real, it's and I appreciate that. Like I'm grateful. As soon as I see when Chimdom posted your stuff, I was like, Chimdom, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, bro, it's done with Albert. I'm like, yeah, it's good. Hold on. Boo, boo, boo. Followed you, and I would just be watching. I'm like, bro's content is out of there. It only takes one time for you to go viral and you be consistent for people to pick up.
Yeah.
Pick it up. I think that's like the beauty. The beauty's in the consistency.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's why I look up to you and Chim when it comes to that. Your consistency is second to none, bro, and I love it.
Every week, yeah, that's the thing we push the most. And you know what I find cool too is I like the relationships that get built on these episodes. Yeah. But even more than that, bro, I like when people actually get good value from them. So like I had people, just one that's coming off the top of my head. I got one. So I had a realtor on, and we were talking about real estate marketing, businesses, and where the market's at and shit like that, And from that, we had a homie's mom reach out, and then all of a sudden, she's a part of his realtor team. Now she's selling homes. He is buying his first home from meeting from the episode. One of my other homies, Fresh Mix, he stays out in Humboldt. He produces.
That's where I played football at.
Humboldt
State.
Hey. So he produces, engineers, makes beats, and he's R&B artist too, and he raps and everything too. And we were able to connect from initially from the podcast. Yeah. We were from the same area initially. We didn't even know, And then I was in his music video. Like he shot a music video. We did that. You feel me? And then people that have on were hitting me up about, yo, hit him up for like see what he does this, he does that. And then when I had LaRussell on, LaRussell came through. People were hitting me up like, yo, you had LaRussell? And I'm like, yeah, he was on the podcast. And then even that was back in, a couple months ago. And people still hitting me up right now. They're like, yo, I just saw the episode. Like, you had LaRussell. And I'm like, yeah, solid individual. And so I like what comes with each episode, And same thing with this. People there's people, no matter how big you might, Jay-Z's like huge. Right. There's some people in the world that don't know who Jay-Z is.
No, that part.
That, right? So
that part.
Every episode, this is an opportunity to give your showcasing and, you feel me, like get that reach. And you never know what will come from it.
That's why I'm grateful to be, because you never know what comes from it. You know what I mean? For real. Shout out to LaRussell. LaRussell going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Go get that bag.
He is, man, solid. I feel it's funny. It's like, I feel like some people will be like, man, you talk about him too much. Because I damn near talk about him every single episode. But it's like, I'm telling y'all firsthand, bro, from people. I've reached out to other artists. Yeah. I've had some of them kind of like do me wrong. I've had some of them left me dry, left me hanging. I'm talking about I've been in LA waiting, like scheduled stuff, waiting, and like
people did you cut?
Nah, yeah. I'm talking about I rented studios. You feel me, like, and and then I've had other artists that are just like big artists that were like, oh yeah, for sure. Let me get back at you, and I know what that I get it. Right. I ain't that big too.
Territory.
Right, I know what that means. But a lot of them were kind of, doing that. And with him, it was from the jump. It was just he was opening, and initially I was supposed to go over there. I was gonna go to his crib and pull up, and he actually said he saw the set and he liked it. He was like, "Nah, actually, I want to go over there." And yeah, so we set it up.
Come on, bro. This, bro. Come on.
And so y'all know, bro. I ain't no back, and this isn't the best either. But I don't come from a background of design. You feel me? Like, I don't come from any of that, bro. Like, hey, man, and I just did research, shit, bro. So, it's all part of the grind on that one. And these episodes, and like I said, it's cool because, speaking about Chim, I know we bringing him up a lot, you feel me? But like, this is, it's cultivated from that too. And so the connections that are built from it, that's like the biggest thing that I'm taking away.
It's beauty, brother. Beauty is always in connection. That's one thing I learned at my dad's funeral. It's like, no matter what happens, the connections are always there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's on you. Like, the Bible talks about being a good steward of your time, good steward of your money, but also it also talks about just being a good steward in general. And I think also being a good steward of your connections.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, because some people think, oh, what can I get? It's like, what can I give, though? And looking at my dad's funeral, I seen how his heart to just give and maintain his connections. Everybody pulled up. And it was a Friday. So if they did it on the weekend, it would have been standing room only. I know for a fact. So, like you said, though, the beauty is in the connections, man. Like, I'm just grateful for it. I've seen myself, my music jump up off connections. I was with Mustard.
Damn.
Bro, connections.
Yeah.
Went in the studio, did a song with DJ Mustard.
Yeah.
Been at Dr. Dre's studio, Aftermath, off of a connection.
Solid.
Yeah. Shout out to my big homie. You know, Power Moves. Shout out to my big homie, Big Slim.
That's
you know
dope,
what I mean?
bro.
I know, hey, real one right there. But even more connections, like my current manager, Slim with 2 M's. My manager right here, Kodak. All off connections, right?
Yeah.
Met them at like one of the hardest moments in my life. Then they're like, bro, what do you need? Like, what can we do? How can we get this right? Like, we believe in what you got.
Right.
They actually heard Only produced by Chimdom, and they were like, hey, we like this. Come on, we rocking.
Yeah.
Then they ended up getting creative director, Jamaria, Sis, some stylist, Jamies, videographer, my dog Chris. Like, these are all off connections based off of relationships.
Right.
But like, it's so big. Like, these connections, these are my family members. You know what I mean? Like, when my dad died, he was the first people I talked to. At the funeral, they all was there.
Yeah.
And if they couldn't be there, they called. Like, hey, we on the way. We had to work, but we on the way. I'm like, no, it's good. It's over. Just stay where you at. They're like, no, we still pulling up.
Yeah.
It's those little things where it's like the beauty's in the connection. So whenever the record deals come from me, a label comes to me, I'm staying with my connections. I'm staying with my folks. At the end of the day, like, it's all money in, but it's all family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All family, no friends.
That's dope.
That's my strongest belief. I'm about my team first.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, I might be the face of it, but I'm team business or no business. Period.
Yeah.
If I can't bring my team, I'm not going.
Well, it's also like, what do you have? Like, if all else fails, what's your fallback? You feel me? Like, if this don't work out, no matter what, you're gonna have your team with you.
Right.
You feel me? And like, that's big, because that's like the foundation. You feel me? That's your core. And without that, you know, where do you go from it?
100%.
And so I feel like, I feel like that also gets, I'm not gonna say overlooked or anything like that, but I feel like that's one of the things that kind of gets the better of people, if that makes sense, when they don't have that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like what I say with the podcast too. When a person comes on, or even if you just support it, bro, anybody that just supports or shares or comes on, I automatically, I always say podcast fam, podcast alone, because it's for life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always like, this is a tiny little community, but we're all fam. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely hear you on that.
That's how it is with them. It's like with the music business, with the producers. Shout out to my little brother Zay the illest. Like, it's really a community. Chimdom, my brother Brandon P. Like, I deal with them. My brother Trackmatic. Like, I've been with them. It's really a community. Like, my little brother went platinum.
Damn. Yeah.
Like, and I say my little brother, but he's just my brother. Like, he went platinum.
Yeah.
And he's still working. He's like, that's not good enough. I need to do more. Like, watching him, like, it's just crazy, bro. Like you said, the connections just, I don't know. I'm taken back right now because I'm just thinking about how beautiful connections can really be.
Yeah, that's what's good. It's good for even just you to realize it too. Like I said, now talking about it on the podcast, because it's like we don't take that time, you feel me, to step back, and we don't take the time to like really look and appreciate this stuff and appreciate what we got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the connections are everything, consistency is everything, and the music, you know. So let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about the project that's dropping, right?
Yes, sir.
So listening party, private one on Friday.
Yes,
definitely
sir.
what's happening with that.
Yes, sir.
And with the show that Sunday, because the project don't actually drop until the 27th, right?
Right.
But you're gonna do a show at Tiger on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
And, I mean, it's Sunday, right?
Sunday.
And you said, and I want to quote you wrong or misquote you, but you said for the people that show up, you might get a little, they might get a little something from it.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, look, fellas, I always say, you ain't got to bring no sand, because I'm going to always have sand at the beach. Come make a sandcastle.
Come on now.
But beyond that, we here to make R&B feel again. I think when it comes to the music business, really, like, music hasn't had any feeling. If you listen to something, it's been lacking it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like the McDonald's factory, right? You got In-N-Out, you got McDonald's. There's qualities of burgers, you know what I mean? You can go get a McDonald's burger like this, it takes no time.
Right.
but you're not gonna get that same feeling that you get when maybe you go get a Wagyu steak or a Wagyu hamburger from one of those top restaurants, right? It's just different levels to it.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to R&B, my R&B is like that Wagyu hamburger. It's
you got
top
that
notch.
seasoning.
You got that seasoning. Because why? I also know my history.
Yeah.
I think the foundation of R&B comes from gospel. It comes from worship. It comes from having a spiritual side. You can't create music when you don't know feeling, when you don't talk to a higher power.
Yeah.
I think that because you have nowhere to pull from.
Yeah, yeah.
When I'm making this R&B, I'm pulling from something. If you look at worship music, for example, my dad used to sing a song. It goes, "I love you, I love you, I love you, Lord, today, because you care for me." That's a love song to God, right?
Yeah.
All R&B is just a love song.
Yeah.
So if you don't know your foundation of how music really is with a higher power, how can you create music that's going to touch other people?
Yeah.
Because you're not pulling from anything.
Right, right.
You're just writing stuff because you said, "Oh, this is popping. I'm going to use this." Well, no wonder why when you do a show, you're not touching anything or touching anybody. Because in order to pour out, you have to fill your own cup up. Well, you don't even believe in a higher power, so you're not even filling your cup up.
Yeah.
You're just kicking cups around.
That's a fact, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that feeling, yeah, that it is lacking, you feel me? And you're trying to bring that back. And there was it's funny because I was listening to because I fuck with the Breakfast Club heavy.
Oh, my
feel me?
mama.
I've been on there too. I mean, I've been on their interview wise, but I was a 2-time call-in. No
Come
big deal.
on.
You feel me? No big deal. But I got on from Saturday.
we got to get you on the R&B Money podcast.
3 a.m. I called. I was up. No big deal. But I just tapped in with the most. I don't know if it was today. It might have been today's. It might have been today's. But Ari Lennox, she was just on, and she was. We were talking about the R&B. I mean, they were talking about the R&B stuff, and she was basically saying the same thing that you were saying. She's like, she feels like some of the stuff is lacking the feeling.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And she's signed to Jeaux in Dreamville, and she had a cool little story about how she got signed and everything. But yeah, it's the she was naming like. Because they had asked her like how she feel about when Puff said about you feel like the R&B is kind of dead, and so we forget, bro. She was just like naming people, and then the list kept going and then it's like, oh wow, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we forgot. I gave my little piece, my 2 cents on that when Puff said that. I didn't agree with it, me personally. I don't feel like it's dead.
Let's look at. I'm a Puff Daddy fan, but
yeah,
if you look at the track record, he says all that, but he had Day 26 and he did nothing with him.
Yeah,
Day 26 could have been a legendary group.
Yeah.
I love Day 26.
Oh yeah,
I used to listen to Day 26 often, but everything he touches kind of either dies or breaks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So for someone to speak about R&B like that, there's no shade to Puff. I'm a big fan of Puff. I love Puff.
Come on now, yeah.
But at the same time, like we always say, R&B is dead. It's like, what are you looking at? We got artists like Kenyon Dixon. Shout out to my big brother Kenyon Dixon. He used to sing background for Tank. All the greats, but now he's out here doing it. He's bringing feeling back. I listen to all his stuff. He's bringing feeling back.
Yeah,
look up Kenyon Dixon. I'm telling you right now, you can't say R&B is dead and not listen to Kenyon Dixon.
Right.
Period. Kenyon's doing it. Zaya, same exact thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The homie Laren, bro. Shout out to my dog Laren Wong. Laren Wong, same guy, same difference.
That's dope.
Bringing feeling back to it.
Yeah.
It's not dead. It just depends where your ear is tuned in. If you're looking at pop, you're not gonna feel it. I think the cross genre is what kills R&B sometimes because you have rappers who are very melodic.
Okay.
And R&B is kind of, when you look at R&B as a whole, R&B has so many different genres in one genre. Like you got, what do you think Frank Ocean is? Is Frank Ocean R&B?
No, right?
He's a tweener.
Maybe.
He can't. It's one of those ones. It's like more alternative.
Yeah.
But he had working at the pyramid tonight. That's one of the ones that could go either way too.
Yeah.
But it's just because how we're going like this.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't mean it's not definitive.
Exactly. So you have 1,000 people out there who are like, well, what is R&B? And so that's kind of like the argument. R&B isn't dead. I think it's just,
where you looking?
We looked at rappers and let rappers start singing. And we kind of just, they do what we do with auto-tune.
Yeah.
And we give them all the praise. So you're hearing rappers sing, and they're like, okay, he's an R&B artist. Like, no, that nigga just raps with the melody. Shout out to Wiz, because Wiz was one of the first ones to do it.
Yeah, shout out to Wiz.
Same with Nelly. But
yeah,
R&B is R&B. It ain't dead, bro.
Nah, it ain't
dead.
It's
still here. Like, it's here.
Yeah, you just gotta. It depends on what you're looking at. It depends on what you're searching, but it's not really not that hard to find.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you go to the roots, if you go to what is really like, you could hear it. You feel me? Just because you, like you said, just because you have a good melody doesn't make it an R&B. It's like, I want to feel. Like, 100%. Show me what you, if you're going through a pain right now, if you're going through a breakup, I want to feel like I'm a breakup too. You feel me? Like, if you in love, I like that feeling of good love. You know?
Come on.
Oh, did I just sing? Did I just sing? Did I just sing?
I need to do a background. You got me a background, bro? I need to do the backgrounds. I think it's
sing.
When it comes to R&B, it's like, it shouldn't be a genre that you can find everywhere, though. You can't buy a Gucci shoe everywhere, right?
Right.
I think we do live in a time where music is so saturated, everyone does it. There's tiers to it, there's levels to it. And I don't care what nobody says, there's levels to it.
Yeah.
We just got to respect the levels, but we also have to tell these people, if you look for it, you'll find it.
Yeah. It's that seasoning that you're bringing on this next project.
Come on. Hey, look, man. Hey, Discussions Volume 1.
Come on now.
Things Unsaid.
Yeah.
Coming out September 27th. Shout out to all the producers that were a part of it. Trackmatic, Carrie Rose, Blackjack, Buddy Bangs, Chilla Beats. That's my brother. They the illest. My other brother. Dog, we going up.
Yeah.
We going up. And Brandon P.
Yeah.
I've been messing with Black Knight, Brandon P for years. Those are all the producers right there, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
What's the feeling like? What's the anticipation of all this going?
I make music for the bedroom and the drive home. Think that if you're looking for something to make you really move and groove, this is not for you. But this is the record. This project right here is for the ride home. I want you to put my record on while you chilling with your lady, and then when y'all in the bedroom, you can still throw it on. And
you could be chilling with her on the way back, getting ready to go to the bedroom.
Exactly.
That's dope. That's very specific, but in a good way.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
That's like a specific, almost like this is what I'm targeting.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's hella cool, bro.
My target is women. That's what I make the music for.
Yeah.
With men, we have enough music.
No, we got plenty. I
make it for the ladies. I want a ladies. I love when it's a group of girls and they're getting dressed to go out, and I'm on their playlist.
In the background.
I've seen it multiple times. They send me videos all the time. That's what I love.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's
bro.
what I do it for.
So that one's coming out. So we got so like I said, the 27th.
Yeah.
The release part. Well, the show at Tiger on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
But I want to know, bro. Like, has this project? Has it been like? Is this something that you're just like, you know what? Let me put something out because I haven't put something out recently, or like I haven't really done this right now, like in the last months, or has this been like for the last year? This is what I've been.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I have so much music in the tuck.
Yeah.
My team was like, "All right, bro, what's up? You got all this music. Stop hoarding it. You know, as artists, sometimes we can choose perfection over progression.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the number one issue that most people have. Perfection can
I've heard that.
Perfection can stunt your growth.
Yeah.
But progress is still progress no matter what it looks like. If you don't get it right on this one, you can get it right on the second one. And so my team, my twin sister was like, specifically, we got on a huddle. She was like, "Hey, bro, I like these songs. Can you just do a project with these?" We took the ones that we liked and the ones that we didn't like, we added something.
So she damn near A&R'd it.
Damn near.
Yeah.
Damn near. Shout out to my twin sister.
Is that why it's volume 1?
Volume 1 because it's a trilogy.
Come on now.
It's a book.
Come on now.
So we're giving them a little bit of everything. It's my deepest thoughts that, I got a song called Pressure. I love Pressure. I told them I was on my way to work and I was saying, lately I've been feeling underrated. I guess it's time for me to see how big LA is. My girl keeps saying I'm gonna be the greatest. And baby girl, I can feel you praying. And that's a thought that you don't really have. You don't have that conversation with someone.
Yeah.
But that's how I felt in that moment.
Damn. Yeah.
So this project is pretty much like all my inner thoughts.
That's dope. Yeah.
All my inner thoughts.
Yeah.
On one project. You know what I mean? But the next project, we strictly for the sheets.
Oh, okay. We going to it.
We're going strictly for the sheets on this next project. Okay. So we're going to give you all another project before the second trilogy.
That's amazing.
And that one's strictly for the sheets. That's pretty much done. We're just going to get it mixed and mastered, add a few things.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll be out right after this is done.
You know what? It's a common thing that I've heard with artists that they say like they got so much, like you said, like tucked in. They got in that vault, and they might be hesitant.
Yeah.
They'd be like, should I drop? Should I not? How do I like what they told me is that they don't want to oversaturate the music too much, because they feel like a lot of times, because like for a while, I feel like now it's kind of getting away from it. But you know, there was like for a little while, there was like, maybe it was just because the pandemic, but there was like a little vibe where it was like, yo, 2 minutes songs, 2 minutes is like quick.
Yep.
You feel me? And they were just putting them out to put them out. So a few of my homies that make music too, they were saying, they were like, yeah, like, I just don't want to oversaturate.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, as a viewer, or I guess as a listener and a fan, we can take that, you know, from face value. We could just pay to like, oh, he doesn't want to drop. But like, help me out with that. Like, how does that, with that mindset, you feel me? Like, of that feeling of, I just don't want to.
So what it is, I think the issue sometimes, like, we don't want to drop because we just see, it's like our hard work sometimes goes unnoticed. And sometimes it can come from insecurity because you might feel like, oh, I'm about to drop my best song. What if no one hears it?
Oh,
but if you think that song is your best song,
yeah,
you don't think you have the ability to do it again, you don't need to do music anymore. So I had to talk to myself like, this ain't your best song. This not even your best yet.
Okay,
right. You can do it again. But I think that when it comes to oversaturating the market, it is tough because the market, when it comes to music, everyone does it. I think there's a book called The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. Vic the Ruler, Blast Manager, gave me that book. Shout out to my dog Vic and Blast. He was saying that, and when the book, it talks about if you can't be number one in the category, create your own category to become number one. And it's kind of like, think about it. You got ibuprofen, right?
Right.
There's an off-brand of ibuprofen too.
Oh yeah.
So it creates its own category. It's got a knockoff, but there's still a number one in that knockoff category too.
Oh yeah. You
know what I'm saying? There's still so it might not be the actual ibuprofen, but you got acetaminophen where it's like, okay, that's a knockoff, but I know that knockoff. I'm going for that one.
Yeah.
So for us, we had to distinguish ourselves by quality.
Okay.
So my biggest thing is quality. If I can't be the number one in R&B, because that was an R&B artist, how can I distinguish myself and become number one? So right now, you have to eat off a little at a time. I'm in Sacramento. How can I be, I've thought to myself, how can I be the best here? Quality. I'm beyond that. I'm the nigga in my city.
Yeah.
How can I be the best in Northern California now?
Yeah.
Quality.
What's that
I'm the
branch
nigga in Northern California. Now, how can I be the best one on the West Coast? We know that when I go to LA, there's folks that know who I am.
Yeah.
NorCal too. Now it's time for us to get that light on it. But the only way we separate ourselves and become number one is by the quality. That's right. And so that's what it is. You know, if you can't be number one in a category, create a category where you can become number one.
Make your lane. Yeah.
Make your lane.
If it's not there, make your lane.
There's no traffic in your lane.
Find your avenue of approach. You feel me? If there's not a fucking, matter of fact, if you ain't got no water, you be the wave.
That part.
Lead that. Spearhead it. And find another avenue of approach. That's something I've been telling myself too, man. It's funny that you say that. I've been saying that too. Like, we can make up all these, I guess, like, excuses for ourselves and be like, man, I didn't have a budget. Or I created my own budget.
Right.
Man, I didn't have guidance in it. I taught myself.
Yep.
I didn't you feel me? I wasn't the best or knowledgeable at this, but I learned.
Right.
It's doing that, right? So it's really, it's putting your best foot forward and also taking ownership, but understanding like, nah, like if I know if I put my mind to it right, like it's gonna
kill.
Yeah.
Period. Bro, and that's the name of the game, bro. I think half of the movement is faith.
Yeah.
You gotta faith it till you make it. At the end of the day, like we learn from doing.
Yeah.
And you learn from failing. I think half the problem is we be scared to fail. And there's no progression without failure. Straight like that. So artists, I'll tell you like this, like your creative genius is keeping you from dropping. Just drop. Don't overthink it. Stay out of your head. Don't even think about it too much. If you want to put it out, put it out. At the end of the day, if God gives you a gift, that gift is no good with your hands closed.
Right.
Go and give it. We're vessels. We're a service. Be a vessel, bro. Sis, be a vessel. Get that off and give it to the people. At the end of the day, you may not know who you're gonna bless with your music. Just try.
And the reach, you don't know like how like the people are gonna the reach that it goes and the people that it touches and how it's gonna like affect them. You feel me? Like you might drop this project that's dropping. There might be a track on there that someone's been waiting to hear the last 2 fucking months. You know, they might be like, you know what, this is the song that's speaking to me right now. You feel me? So that's what's super dope about these projects dropping and then the anticipation. And I'm happy to be involved in the, you feel me, in the anticipation and going in this too. And I know we're gonna get this shit lit. And I'm happy for you. You feel me? I'm happy that you're doing well. I'm happy that with all this stuff going on with your fam, and when I say fam, I'm speaking about your father. and to still be okay and to be resilient and bounce back like the way you are. And I'm sure, I'm sure your father's proud of you right now, looking down, smiling. And the show is going to be exciting. I'm going to be there for surely. And like I said, we're going to talk about Friday too.
Come on.
And yeah, bro. So just tell the people, you know what I'm saying? Like any little final thoughts, any final words you might have from.
Man, final words. If I can leave you with anything, believe in yourself.
Facts.
If you don't believe in yourself first, nobody else is going to believe you. And don't be afraid to jump. What Nip say? He said he jumped off with without a life jacket. Jump off the deep end. Just jump. Don't be afraid to drop that. And never forget, man, like purpose is purpose. If you believe your purpose is music, don't hoard your purpose. Drop it and let it go. And know that God got you. He got your back. So my name is Jeaux. It's spelled _ITSJEAUX.
We'll tag it right here too, so everybody can see
Instagram
it.
and Twitter. Hey, New Orleans made me, but Sacramento raised me. Shout out to my team. Discussions Volume 1. Things Unsaid drops September 27th.
Check it out, y'all. And if you're local here in Sac, Sunday, get your tickets. RSVP, Eventbrite. Come on now.
Come on.
Let's get this shit going. And I know he's excited to see y'all.
Ladies, I know you got that dress you've been wanting to wear. It's there. Bring that dress and bring your friend.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Well, again, I'm your host, Albert Fig. This has been another episode of the Hypocritical AF podcast. Thank you to, again, my host, Jeaux. Thank you for dropping the gems. The album is coming, or the mixtape, sorry, the project, whatever you want to call it. I'm just happy for it. I'm excited, and it's only up from here, bro.
What's up?
Man, appreciate you. All right, y'all. Y'all stay safe. Peace.